Hi, everyone. We're here at Bad Bird Good Design with Candice Petty, my good friend, longtime rep. We've known each other for a while.
For a while.
For a while. And I was around before her, obviously, but she's a young cutie pie. But she is my rep for Palecek. She also has designed her own fabric line called Cloth and Soul. And I'm going to let her sort of lead off. We may start with Palecek, and she's going to tell you about Cloth and Soul and why it's called that. And
Can I first say
what came
something?
what came to mind when she did this? Yes.
I want to say, since this is
Yeah.
your podcast,
Yeah.
I want to say, I was telling Lisa this morning, I met
Your hands are
Robyn.
so warm.
Gosh, I started as a sales rep in like 2008.
Oh God, the worst of times.
So I remember when I first met you, I thought you were nuts. I'm like, this lady, I don't know if I
Yeah.
ever told you that.
No.
I was like, this lady's crazy, because she would come in the showroom and you would be talking to me about, oh gosh, John and this and that. And I'd be like, who is she talking about? Who are these people? At that time in my life, I was so fast paced that I didn't
Yeah.
have the ability to slow down and actually get to know you. I didn't have that capacity.
Well, I don't think it was allowed in the showrooms either.
Well, yeah, and it was always like move, 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 move. So
Yeah.
I was just like, man, this
Yeah.
crazy lady, Robyn, who is this crazy lady? Well, then once I started with Palecek and I slowed down to only working for one company,
Yeah.
it gave me more space to
Yeah.
actually like spend time with people and get to know them.
Mhm.
And boy, what was I missing out on? You
Oh.
are lovely.
Oh, honey. And
You were like, and
you
you're not
came along.
crazy.
Well, I am. I'm a special brand of crazy. And you came along after Maggie.
Yes,
Tomas and Maggie,
I
and
did.
they were hard
Amazing.
acts to follow, let me tell you. And I thought, who is this little blonde chick? She's just kind of like, I don't know about you. It's so
Yeah,
funny. Your first impressions of people
Isn't it so
are
funny?
always
Like guarded or something.
yeah, I don't know what it is, but they're not always wrong. I mean, you have a feeling. It's not like we were turned off by one another at all. It's
Maybe
just we were so
afraid of
different
each
than,
other.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
just so different, I guess, than what we thought about the other. Because I thought, oh, she's a little timid. She's not going to get me.
Yeah, and I was a little timid. I didn't get her. But it's like then we allow ourselves the
Yeah.
opportunity to open up
Yeah.
to one another. It's like, what a beautiful thing.
It's so
I
nice.
so enjoyed my
Oh,
relationship with you.
exactly.
Like getting
And
to know
getting to
you.
know your baby and all that, and a
Yes.
few little highs and a few little lows.
A few
and-
little highs and a few little lows.
Yeah, we all have them. We all have them.
Yeah.
That is for doggone sure. Well, Palecek, I remember Palecek way back in the days, baskets. You just go to Palecek and get baskets. And now
Yeah.
Palecek is this fabulous
It
leading forefront line
It's
go-to.
amazing. I remember,
Yeah.
so when I first started with Palecek, it was 2015. And I remember Nellie Howard called me and she said, hey, and at this time I was working for like 5 different companies, overwhelmed with life.
Yeah.
Didn't have a space for
I
anything.
remember that girl. Yeah.
And then Nellie's like, hey, I gave your name to Palecek. They're looking for a rep. And usually people would tell me that and I'd be like, oh God, I cannot take on another thing. I'm so busy. But she told me that and I was like, oh, I
like that
kind of
line.
love Palecek.
Yeah.
I had used them as a designer
Yeah.
in the past, and they stuck out. There was something special there.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I didn't have room for it in my life, I took it on.
Well, I think that's God.
Oh, totally.
Hey,
Right?
you need
I
to pay
know.
attention.
Hey, I got your back here.
He has to do that to me a lot. He has to slap me around a lot
Right?
to get me to pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is true. And I have a lot of rep friends that I have put into lines, I say, because I do that same thing. Hey,
Yeah.
I gave your name to so-and-so. I think I've done it
You've
to
done
you
it to me
2 or
a
3
couple
times.
times, and I've been like, I can't take on another thing. And I don't
Yeah.
even, half the time, if I don't know the company, I'm like, I can't even.
Well,
I make
Nellie
capacity.
knows you and she has a feel for you and what would be a good fit. And when people see things that sometimes you don't see,
Mhm.
you need to pay attention. You need to listen
We have
and
to pay attention to
understand.
everything,
We do.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a lot to comprehend, it is because you're blocking often. You're kind of like
Yes.
on guard, you're
On
blocking
guard.
or doing whatever. But you ended up in a family business,
I did.
which is another hard place to go. That's tough to walk into, but they do a beautiful job.
They
with
do a
it.
beautiful job. And I remember when I started with them, they took me on with open arms and they were like, look,
Yeah.
we kind of hire people for life.
They do.
Our sales reps a lot of them have been with us for 30
do.
years, 20,
Yeah.
30 years. So like, think about if this is something you want to be a part of. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, I do. So it's been great. I dwindled down my line package to
Yeah.
just Palecek because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? It's so easy for me. I love everything that they do. I love
Yeah.
everything that they have. When I go to market, first thing I do is shop for myself.
Yeah.
What do I want? Because
Yeah.
everything's amazing.
Yeah.
And then
You can't
I'm
help but do that
yeah,
at
and I
market.
don't
Yeah.
I always know if I'm bringing it to a client, it's beautiful. You're
Yeah.
gonna love it. It's gonna enhance your design. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna give you that layer of texture that
Mm-hmm.
you need to make your
Yeah.
design elevated. So I don't ever question bringing it to anybody. It's like everyone needs Palecek.
Everybody
No
does.
brainer.
I agree. And being, Florida girls, we sort of like that woven rattan.
The
I
texture.
love to mix it in.
Yeah.
I think I've always used it in absolutely every job I've ever done. I can't think of a job in my head that I haven't used palette check
Yeah.
over the years. I really cannot. And just, year after year, they add furniture, they add outdoor, they add lighting, they add different things. I don't know. And the accessories, and
Amazing.
I still love the baskets.
They're the best.
Oh my gosh. And the scale of the baskets, I love
Mhm.
that. That's hard to find.
Yeah, I feel like when I look at a room and there's no Palecek in the room, it feels flat to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
having
That
that little bit of
texture.
woven, that little
Yeah.
bit of natural, the texture,
Yeah.
whether it be the seagrass or rattan or
Yeah.
coconut shell, it just gives it more life.
Yeah. The coconut shell is probably eludes most people. It comes in colors,
Mhm.
and it has it has a multifunction. It can almost be like embroidered on, glued on,
Yeah,
made of. I mean, it's pretty cool. Who
it's
knew?
really cool.
Who knew that it could do
Yeah,
all
and
those things?
that texture along with the organic element, it just finishes
Yeah.
everything off. It's good.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about rep life, because rep life is tough, and it's been tough. I've noticed for the last year, especially maybe a couple years, but I know a few of my reps are no longer with companies, or, it's been a hard year for a lot of people, and reps usually are the first ones to go. I hate to say it, but they always blame the salespeople. I don't know why, because they're not out there. They don't know. They're not
Yeah.
hearing what's going on.
Yeah.
They can always call me. I'm happy to tell them. But it's very disruptive to me when I lose a rep. I mourn my reps, my good reps. I really do. I treasure my reps. I've said that more than once.
I'm the same way about my clients. When somebody
Yeah.
leaves a design firm and I'm like,
Yeah.
where did they go? Where are they?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
that's part of
And you
your
worry, are they going to be
connection.
okay? Are they going to be better off, or what's what?
And they
It's
usually are.
They usually are. They're smart enough. They land
Yeah.
on their feet, but it's that relationship, I think,
Mhm.
that we've developed over time. And so you do care about that person. You do
Mhm.
worry about where they're going and what they're doing, and if they're going to be okay. Like if you left, I would have to keep, I kept up with Maggie. I don't know. Hey, Maggie. I kept up with Maggie for
Oh yeah.
years.
She had a baby.
I did. I
Isn't that
did.
crazy? She's
I
a
know.
little girl.
I know
That's
she's too
awesome.
small.
Yeah.
And Tomas, and
Yeah.
I got to see him in New York
I
a
met
couple
him
of
one time. I
times.
didn't work with Tomas, but I had
No,
dinner with him
yeah.
once. It was nice. He's awesome.
He is just like, there are just not a lot of people left like him on the planet. He's extraordinary, I think. Always has
That's
been.
awesome.
Yeah. That's the one good thing about this business. I think the best is the people in it.
Well,
When you find the stellar ones,
yeah.
they are really.
So I feel like Palecek, and I worked for Romo for a long time. Romo did this too, but I think
Mhm.
Palecek does it. It's like they attract the most amazing people.
They do.
So like the
Yeah.
people in the showrooms and in
Yeah.
leadership, and it's like they're all people who I love to be around and who I
Mhm.
admire, who I think, wow, there's not people like this. Like,
Mhm.
so it's good to be
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when a rep's territory changes,
Oh, we're
you
talking
had
about
that.
reps. I'm taking Palecek in. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's all
Yeah.
about Palecek and reps and everybody. But when territory changes, that's a little like, I just had that happen to me with a really, really good rep. And I'm seriously debating, do I just call the company and say, hey, I'm special. I did that once before and it worked out really well.
Like I want to keep my, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
It's a personality
it
thing
is hard when
sometimes.
things changes.
Yeah.
So like Palecek has expanded their lighting category so
Yeah.
much. I was telling you they hired this
Yeah.
lady now who's over lighting, and they took away lighting showrooms from us as the
Mhm.
reps. They were like, hey, we're going to actually hire a team of lighting people and give
Yeah. So
them
that's a
the light.
little period of
But you know
mourning.
what?
So
At first it feels like something's taken away, but honestly, it's fine when things
yeah.
change like that. It
Yeah.
usually ends up working itself
Yeah.
out, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You just
It
have to go with
probably
changes.
does.
It does.
Yeah.
Can't resist.
Oh, I
Whatever
resist.
you
I'm
resist.
like, yeah, I hate change.
Well,
I
my
do.
therapist says this, and I've
Yeah.
heard it in a book. Whatever you resist persists.
Just true.
So
Just
just
true.
let it go.
Yeah.
So you gotta
I
roll with it.
breathe a lot. That's how I let go of things. Like,
Yeah. Deep breath. Yeah. Let it
so I do
go.
that.
Yeah.
So another fun thing about reps is you have to be able to read my mind. You have to know what's in my head. Sometimes I'll call Candice and I'll say, I'm looking for, like in a fabric, or I want this chair, but it has to have this kind of fabric, and here's what the room is. And I'm giving her this description
I love
over
it.
the phone.
That's so much fun. Honestly, as a creative
Yeah.
person, that feeds my soul to be
Yeah.
able to understand what someone is looking for and
Mhm.
interpret that and to help provide that. I mean, that's like what you're doing for your clients, right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so doing that for a designer is like such an honor and a privilege
And
because
you have to know
yeah,
that designer. I spoke with another rep today, and she was talking about my groove and other designers' grooves and what, the difference. And I thought, oh my God, see, she understands me. She knows what I like and what I don't like automatically.
yeah,
And it's not always about what I like. It's often about what the client likes. I'm
yeah.
designing for the client. So I have to give you that information as well. So then you have to sever yourself from what I like and then pull back what I like in there before you send something to me. So, I mean, it's not an easy job to do. I mean, you just have to kind of
Just
feel it.
go with your gut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
you
to
got to go with
feel
your
it.
gut, feel
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
you do. You have to do that a lot. And one thing that you added was Bailey working with you.
And you might not even know I've also added Jenna.
No.
So
Did I know that? Ellen might know that,
Bailey's
but
been
I
with me
didn't.
for 3 years, and Bailey had her baby November 23rd.
Oh, yeah.
So she's got her little precious angel that she is taking care of now. So she's taken a little bit of a hiatus, and we'll see how
Yeah.
long of a hiatus she takes.
Yeah.
So I brought on Jenna, who is really like, yeah, she's young and on fire. So
That's
Bailey,
good.
when I brought her on, my intention for her was to really train her up in being a sales rep and
Yeah.
for her to partner with me on doing Palecek. She does not like doing meetings. She does not like talking on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not going to go well.
I know. So Bailey, but you know what she does help me with a lot is the fabric line.
Yeah.
She loves like helping me with samples. She likes helping me choose
Choose your
colors. She
background.
gets
That's
like,
perfect.
yeah, so
Yeah.
she loves doing the fabric
That's
line. And
perfect.
so I've hired Jenna on to learn Palecek and to help me with Palecek. She loves like she went to market for a couple days just this past
Yeah.
market. You met
She
her
was like,
when you
sign
came
me
in and
up.
had a drink.
Did I?
Yes, she
I
was
was
there.
drinking.
There
How
was
can I
like
remember?
8 of us. There was like so many
Oh,
people.
there were so many
But she was
people.
there because she came in
Yeah.
just for Thursday and
Oh,
Friday.
yeah. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
meet
yeah.
her. Yeah.
She's awesome. So she
Yeah.
loves it. She's excited about doing
Yeah.
market. She loves going on
Oh,
meetings,
that's
talking on the
great.
phone, all the
Okay,
things.
good.
So I think that'll bring some life
Yeah.
to us. It
Yeah.
already is bringing life
That's
to us.
good.
So it's fun. It's good to be on top of, because what happens is when you have so many clients, and so like I just don't ever want to get buried.
No.
I want to
And I think you're
feel,
smart. You did that. Dawn did that. Vivi did
yeah,
that. I've watched these babies grow. They've
yes,
grown personally. They've grown their businesses, and you've all hired people, and
it's
you have
good.
people working with you and helping you because you do service a lot of high-powered folk.
We
You
do.
do,
Yeah.
and you need that
You
back
need to make sure everybody
support.
feels nurtured and
Yeah,
cared for. And
yeah,
something you were talking about, like in being a rep, I was thinking since COVID, being a rep changed a lot for me
yeah,
since COVID
yeah.
because during COVID, I did not leave I had my baby during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't leave the house for like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, 8 months or something.
Yeah.
And my sales doubled
Isn't that funny?
during COVID. And so that
Well,
really,
we were incredibly busy
everyone was busy. So,
during COVID.
but you know
So
what that
yeah.
told me? I used to feel like I needed to be out all the time, like always doing meetings, always. And what I realized during COVID is I don't have to be out all the time. Now I need to keep my relationships and my
Contact.
connections.
Yeah, contact.
Um, but I don't need to be out all the time bothering people.
No.
Like they need to know what's new,
No,
that I'm available.
yeah.
What's they need to be updated.
Honestly, sometimes we'll have 4 or 5 reps drop by, and we're the end of the line for Florida.
Yeah.
Because most of the reps are in South
Yeah,
Florida.
you're
They
not
come
even in a
north to me.
concentrated area.
No,
Yeah.
no. And when I have 5 reps in one day, even 3 in
It's
one day,
distracting.
it's very distracting. And a lot of times they don't come in with an appointment, which is fine. It doesn't upset me, but I may not be here or I may not be available.
Yeah, or you may be working on
Yeah,
something.
and then I'm like, okay, leave that. Let me see this or what. And it's just not a good meeting, and it's hard. And I've always told my reps, don't push yourself to get to me.
Yeah.
I will call you when I need you.
Mhm.
And
You
I
told me
do.
that a couple
I've
times.
told
Hey,
you,
I haven't
don't,
seen you in a while. Can I come see you? You're
yeah,
like, girl, no,
uh-uh.
don't waste your time right
Yeah,
now.
I'm too busy. You can't, no. I'll see you
Yeah.
in spring or fall or
Yeah.
whatever. But because first of all, I don't want you to spend the money to come
Drive
because
up there, yeah.
it's a lot of money. And second of all, I don't want to waste your time either,
Yeah.
especially now that you've got little
Yeah.
one at
I
home.
know. So that's what it's
Yeah.
important to keep connections
Yeah.
and make sure everybody knows that you
Yeah.
value them.
And just asking is good enough. I think that's good enough. Yeah, I
That's
don't
good.
want somebody
I have to say this because I'm
waiting
thinking about it. You
on
told me you did a podcast with Casey.
I did.
Casey has always been one of my good friends in design. And that's one relationship that I think suffered for me when I stopped getting out as much.
Yeah.
It's my relationship with Casey. So I love you, Casey.
Because you guys were
Because I would
probably
see him all the time.
laughing
And
and
then like
giggling
I just all of a
crazy.
sudden stopped leaving the house.
Yeah.
But
He's you'll have to watch the podcast.
I can't wait to
He's
see
taken a
another
little
season.
sabbatical right now.
Good. I love that.
He's doing a little
To
rest.
nurture his soul.
Yeah,
He's got a good soul.
he does. He does. He wants to kind of circle back to what he wants to do, and he's very good at
Recreating his
antiques and
vision.
involved, and that's what he loves. Yeah,
I
he's a
love it.
fabulous designer.
He is.
Yeah, I think he's doing very well.
That's good. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I am.
That's good. That's
We
exciting.
giggle, and he sends me heinous things on Instagram all the time.
Oh gosh, see, people don't send that stuff to me. They
He
know I'm
sends me-
PG. I'm so PG.
And it is pretty funny. No, it's pretty funny. But anyway, I laugh about it a lot. And I was going to ask you, do you ever take your daughter with you? If it's a
girl.
short stint?
Oh, I take her with me, but
Yeah.
not like in somewhere.
Yeah.
If I bring
know
her
she
here, she'd
comes
be
to
crawling
market.
on your furniture.
I know
like,
she comes to
hanging from the
market.
bar. Yes, I bring her with me
Which is
everywhere.
so great that
I've
you can
only
do
spent
that.
like a few nights away from her her whole life.
Her whole life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
It's great. I have my parents, Bailey. I have lovely support in place.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
so
so good.
glad about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're just perfect. And Candice, like if I call her with a problem, I think I'm not making it up. I've done everything I can do to fix it. I know I'm letting you know this is wrong. I'm going to try and get it repaired or whatever,
Yeah.
shipping damaged it or whatever happened. And we talk about it and then we proceed. I have to send photos and do the dance, do all of that. But I appreciate the fact that I'm treated with respect because I don't call you with buyer's remorse. I was working, designer was working through me using some accounts and stuff. I let designers do that from time to time. And
that's nice.
they had a piece that they wanted to return.
Mm.
And there was nothing wrong with it. It was just too big.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't do that. As they say in the business, I eat it. It's done
on Amazon.
And you got what you ordered.
Yeah.
And I don't do that with my accounts unless it's really damaged or there's something really bad wrong with it. And I think it offended in one way or another. And I also then they ordered something else and the client wasn't happy with it. I looked online at what the problem was because I didn't know the product that well. I mean, I knew the manufacturer, but not the particular item. And it just didn't look in a photo online like it did in real life. And there were no other real solutions because of the color.
Yeah.
And so the client was not happy. And they were wanting them to do something else. So I asked them if they made a different color, thinking maybe that would work, but they don't.
They're
And
stuck
so
with it.
there's no way to do that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't, a lighting gel, maybe, I don't know, to make it I don't know, different bulbs, different dimmers, all this. And I haven't heard back, but then I got a left field email, and it's in the back of my mind worrying me. So, things like that stay in the back of my mind because I'm a problem solver and I'm always trying to get to the next level, what the solution is. Sometimes there's just not a solution.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to let it go.
Yeah, and you've had to tell me that occasionally, it is what it is, and you do it with great respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you've tried.
Yeah.
And I can't really think of that any time or anything like that, but I don't know, you just have to be smart about getting to people and helping people with everything. And at some point you have to realize it when you're in business that it is what it is. It's not free.
So
you don't get out of Target without paying.
I want to talk about the transition of, because I have this fabric that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I want to talk about being a sales rep and then designing fabrics. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. And the fact that I remember when you wore your fabrics as your dress to market in the showroom was the cutest thing I've ever
Well,
seen.
do you know why I did that? Because I wasn't telling anybody.
Uh-huh.
So that's been probably the hardest part about starting the fabric line, was coming to terms with my own self-worth and being worthy to do what I want to do.
A lot of designers struggle with that.
And I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a big thing. It's whether we're designing a fabric line or whatever. I mean, I've designed some furniture pieces, and it is nerve-wracking because you think nobody's gonna like it or whatever. Oh, what do you care? What do you care?
But what if everybody loves it? Like,
I know. What if?
It's like you have the choice to think like nobody's gonna like it, or they have the choice to think, what if everybody loves it?
Yeah.
And it's that thought that makes the whole approach different.
It is. And when you're listening to somebody else going through that, I remember in coaching one time, one of the girls a few of us had designed pieces that were either being sold or ready to be sold. And she was talking about she's a fabulous designer, by the way. She was talking about going to a showroom to see if maybe they would sell her, but she felt like she's a very thoughtful person, unlike moi, who would jump in with both feet. She thought, well, I need more market research, and I need to do then how to approach it. And I'm sitting there going, just do it. It's wonderful. And the coach actually said, Robyn, do you have something to say? I said, just do it. I said, I would buy it. I said, it's beautiful. Go do it. And she did, and they took it and they love it, and she's doing great. And I mean, it's just, you just don't know until you know. But if you feel this need to do this,
then you have to do it.
You should do it. So tell me what sparked all of this, because I remember you're talking about your inspiration, your trip. And
so what sparked all of it was my midlife crisis. So when I was, it was 2016, and I was working for, I told you I was a rep for 5 companies.
I love that you
I know exactly when it happened. It was so I was working for Romo and Palecek and Christopher Guy and Wildwood Lamps and Jonathan Charles Furniture. And I was just like living my best life, doing CrossFit as often as I could.
Yeah.
I'd travel down to wherever I was working and do CrossFit in that town. And I was just,
crazy,
crushing life.
Yeah.
And one day I was driving on the road, and it felt like my soul was lifting out of my body, like my spirit was lifting out of my body. And I'm like, that's not happened before. I think I need to pull over. Like, am I dying? And so I remember telling my mom the next day about it, and it started happening again. I'm like, Mom, I think I'm dying. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm glad I'm with you, because we were going to stay in a hotel that night. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to wake up tomorrow. And I love you. So goodbye.
That's a lot.
Basically, I felt like I was dying, and I didn't know what was going on. And I still don't know what it was. But
I don't know that you ever will.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
After that, I knew I had to take my life seriously. I'm like, dude, this is this is real. Like, I can't just willy-nilly live my life. No. Like, something's up here.
Yeah.
Like, it matters what I'm doing, all this stuff. So that was when I left all the other lines and just worked with Palecek and really decided to get in touch with my soul and what who am I? What am I passionate about? Who do I want to be? And I realized I have a huge passion for fabrics.
You do.
So I started out and I'm like, okay, Palecek, let me help you guys with fabric. I love fabric. I miss fabric. Like, let me work with you guys and bring in some of these beautiful Italian milled, like,
Yeah. I just had a flashback. Did you show me zinc the first time?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
remember
with
that.
Roma when zinc
Yeah.
was launched.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Such a
You
beautiful.
loved it.
I love it.
Yeah,
Oh, I
you did.
love everything Roma was amazing.
Yeah.
But zinc was, very special.
It was cool.
So I was like, oh,
Well,
I can
it is.
help. Yeah, it is cool. I was like, I can help Palecek and bring in some like really good
Absolutely. Yeah.
high elevated fabrics. And so I was like, maybe that's what I need to do. That will fulfill my
Yeah.
soul. And they're like, you know what? We're not interested in that. Like, we appreciate the help, but we're good. We don't want to have a lot of high-end sophisticated fabrics. We do COM.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, crap, what am I going to do with all this passion I have in my soul? Like, what am I going to do with it?
Nobody wants that.
So then I went and worked for Eastern Accents, the bedding line, for like a year.
I remember.
And I'm like, this is not the thing. I don't like half of it.
No.
Like, some of it's really good and they're nice people, but as far as fabric, I'm like, this is not doing it for me.
I cherry pick it like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
girl.
I agree. It's a huge successful bedding line.
Right.
It's just
not me.
not my groove.
It wasn't my,
Yeah.
I was looking for something.
Yeah.
And then I went into Erica Powell's design firm, Urban Grace, in the Panhandle when I'm on this like soul search. And there's all these rolls of fabrics sitting around in an entryway. And one of the designers there, Megan, said, oh yeah, this is Erica's fabric line she's designing. She's starting her own fabric line. And I almost leapt out of my body. I'm like, oh,
you can
God,
do that.
that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
Like, I have to do that.
Yeah.
You can start your own fabric line. I'm like, okay, I have no idea how to do this. Like, but I'm going to figure it out. And so that was what inspired.
So great that you did that though, because I did it totally backwards. The
What do
whole
you mean?
furniture thing. I did a whole lighting, furniture, accessory line and was like, okay, I'm going to get this built and I'm going to go to High Point and I'm going to have a booth and I'm going to sell it all. Just like that. Yeah.
And how did that go?
Well, it didn't because I realized everything that was involved, just getting a cast of anything and how long it was going to take me. And I wanted to do it in like 4 months.
Yeah.
Which I'm a quick worker. When if you bring a house to me and say, I need my house done in 2 weeks, I can do a house. I can do it. It's not, it's
not
I can do it probably that day. The hard part is putting it all on paper for you to see.
Yeah.
That's what takes so long.
Yeah.
Is and then sourcing it and making sure it ships and blah 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 blah. All the logistics of it is what takes so long. So that was what was holding me back. I had the line, I had it all doodled out and ready to go, and I had all my worker people that my artisans and people that I could go to. And then I started thinking about the money too. And I started thinking, oh my God, this is going to cost so much. It's like one prototype of every little thing. It was like well, I guess it was all pulled together in a theme in the showroom.
Wow.
So it would have just been like this surrealist kind of showroom. Would have been, celestial and all kinds of fire, wind, water, all that.
Hey, you actually did this?
Yeah, I just did it. I did it and I I didn't actually like do the showroom. I just did the design and I thought, I think I would like to do this because, I like the selling part of our business. I really do. I enjoy it. I like to educate my clients. I was with clients yesterday and really, really had fun teaching them about stones, the different things, and letting them just walk through the granite yard and, the stone yard and play.
So you designed this furniture concept but didn't execute it?
No, I didn't.
Well, do it, Robyn.
Well, it's gone, it's gone and I got really busy and I forgot about it and all that. And you get this inspiration.
You make excuses for yourself.
You do, but guess what? It circled back about 2 weeks ago. I saw some things in a magazine, which I don't really look at magazines anymore. And I've got a stack. I'm going to take them over Christmas and look. And I looked and I was like, I still love this stuff. I still love it.
That's exciting.
So it kind of popped back. And so I tore out pages and I thought, I'm going to work on this. I'm going
Yeah.
to work on
Well,
it.
see, that's what I did. So when I decided to start the fabric line, I ordered 50 rolls of fabric in this warehouse that I purchased. I purchased a warehouse, and I had fabric sitting in the warehouse
You're going to
before
do it,
I
do it
even
right.
told a soul I was doing it, besides my dad and mom
Yeah.
and grandma. But like as far as the design community, all my friends like you, I didn't tell anybody because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel I like who,
Well,
but I knew I needed to do it.
when you did it, when you told me, you said,
Guess
do
what?
it.
I designed some fabrics. Do you like them? And
Yeah.
I think at that time I had this fear that nobody was going to like it, that it
Yeah.
wasn't good enough, that I wasn't good enough. And so all those messages were like defining the experience. And so like at some point during this process, I shifted my thinking. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to decide to think differently. I'm going to decide to think
You
that
did.
everyone,
You did.
that all my clients love me.
Yeah.
And that they're excited for me and that they want to see it.
And you were always precious. You always were, but you were timid for a long time. You were very timid. And I mean, I felt like sometimes when I was talking to you, I'm like a big roaring lion, and little Candice is over there like a little kitten going, whoop, and it was not really, I don't know. It's like I never felt like I knew you until you did this. And then I knew you.
Well, I don't think
Then
I
who
knew
you were.
me either.
Yeah.
I don't think, yeah.
It was a big transformation.
It was a big transformation. Yeah. So it's been it's been my life experience, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's turned out very well. Will you show us some?
Yes, I will.
Okay. I will be your fold, or you
my-
can do your fold.
Well, I'll
You
show
can
you
put it on my lap
what
once
I'm
you show
working
it.
on
Yeah.
currently. This is so our state flower in Florida is the orange blossom. So I painted out some oranges with a little blossom on it.
This is how we look at fabrics, and it shows the different
Little
colorways.
colorways it comes in.
And you always have a favorite instantly. I don't know why, but you do.
Which is your favorite?
Well, I like the white.
I know. That's the one I like.
It's crisp.
And you know what's funny? I didn't even notice because you work with these printers, who you send your file over, and like this is the color I painted the artwork in.
Yeah.
And I told him I wanted to do the background. I chose these colors. I'm like, I'm gonna do the back. And I just noticed they lightened up my oranges.
Oh, they did.
Look at that. They changed the color. And I didn't even notice it till I stuck them on here. I'm like, oh.
Yep.
So I don't know. I need to go back and see if I want the oranges to be lighter because I'm not sure if I do.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens.
So
Reproduce, when we're looking online, we're looking for things and we're looking at color online. Never trust it. That's what Ellen's so great with me, and she will order samples. I have to like reel her in sometimes because she'll get too many.
Too many.
Yeah.
So this is another version of the orange blossom.
See, this is for me. This is so much better. I love this.
This is my original, but I'm trying to like compliments too.
Well, I was at the design show this past weekend and in Jacksonville, and it's I realized I'm very different.
Which is amazing, right?
But yeah, it's all good. But I don't go for smaller. I tend to go
me too.
Larger. I like more impactful and less or whatever. I don't know.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I tend to go big.
Yeah. That's lovely. No, I haven't seen a lot of these.
No, you haven't seen these. These are newer.
I love the little colors in here. I don't know if you can see. There's kind of like
a pink,
a pinkish. It's almost purpley orange. Really cute.
Thank you. I designed that for myself to go on my Palecek. I'm gonna eventually buy the Palecek Fornelli bar stools. They're so cute. I designed this fabric for myself for my house to go on the Fornelli bar stools.
It's a perk.
And for other people to use.
Yeah.
And this one, I always love like a fabric that mixes lots of colors together because it's fun and energetic. And
how cute would that be in a little boy's nursery? This little bow tie.
Bow tie. So I call this bows and rose.
Bows and rose. That is sweet. Very sweet.
And this reminds me of one of my other fabrics that's like my favorite. I'll show you this one.
I still have a favorite.
This is my favorite. This one is called Half Moon.
Oh yeah.
This is my favorite. I love the one with the multicolors too. It's got so many different colors.
Yeah. So many colorways.
So many good ones.
This is always a popular one around here.
Yes.
Yeah. This is nice. Love pink and green.
Pink and green is fun.
So cute.
And then I'll just show you my other. Oh, maybe we'll see how many you want to see. This
Oh,
is another new one I'm working on.
that's great.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, what a pretty. So this is like a beautiful sheer drapery. I don't know if anybody can see my hand back there, but it's not sheer like
It's not sheer, but
you could line it or not. It
Yeah.
just depends on how you sleep, but that is beautiful.
Thank you.
Pretty palm frond.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
I didn't intend for that one to be a fabric. I was just like, I did a little painting.
That's
And
a
I was
good
like,
one.
I think I'm gonna see what that looks like in
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Wouldn't that be fun, like a little surfer kind of vibe?
Yeah,
I like that.
surfer vibe. I
Yeah.
like it. And I'll
I
always
like
love a horizontal
Like
stripe.
a Malibu kind of look. That'd be cool. Yeah.
And then these are the other like kind of new, which you've seen. I
This-
think I sent you samples, right?
You did. I've got the big with the 4 together and the big diamond.
Yes,
Yeah, I love
this one.
that.
So I did like,
this is cute.
isn't that cute?
Yeah, it's very cute. I like that a lot.
I call that the palm mini
And
stripe.
it's very intricate. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's
Yeah.
pretty intricate. See that palm? Beautiful.
Yeah, you can see it better on the bigger one.
Yeah.
But it was a little watercolor painting that I
That's
did. It's got a
beautiful.
lot of like depth of color.
So you're getting hand painted, kind of, sort of,
Oh, they're all hand painted.
Yeah.
Well, besides hand painted and then
printed.
printed.
Yeah.
So they're not like, I don't paint on the
Okay,
fabric.
this is the
but
one I love.
This is my favorite too.
Yeah.
This one I call Palm Tangle.
So pretty.
So fun.
Little kaleidoscope.
Yes. And I'm doing this one in wallpaper too.
I know.
But it's so hard to like carry wallpaper around. I need to figure that out.
Yeah, wallpaper books are
I might
a lot.
need to make
Fabric
those.
books are a lot,
Yeah.
you know, and then there are floorboards and tile samples, and I mean, you got to work out when you go to someone's house to show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I bet.
It's a
Taking all
lot.
that
I
stuff.
prefer to do it here just for that
Just
reason.
come here.
Just to load, unload. Plus, all my samples are always chipped and cracked, and you know,
Right? That
all
happens
on
to
the
me
rail.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it happens all the time. It's a much better.
Yeah.
I think you should keep showing.
You think I should keep showing? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the indoor outdoor version of the palm. So it's the same one, but I printed it on so you could use it
All
outside.
different ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. See it in Palm Beach, baby. Palm.
You know, I'm doing the design social pop-up in Palm Beach.
Did you do it last year?
No, I went last year.
Yeah.
And I met the
Yeah.
lady Brooks Morrison who does. She's
It's
like
so perfect for this.
She's amazing. And
Yeah.
I thankfully I'm with Urban Grace, Erica Palecek, she helped me get in.
That's great.
Yes.
That is
she's
great.
so awesome. So I'm going to show this year in Palm Beach. And I'm so excited.
I love this blue trunk.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. So pretty.
So I did this in the outdoor version for Nellie. She's putting this in she has it in her playroom for her sons. And she's like, I want it on an indoor outdoor.
Yeah.
So I was like, I might as well put it in the line.
You might as well.
For everybody else to buy too.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I love it when I see on the website, I go to a vendor and I look on their website and I'm like, oh, that's my chair.
Yeah.
You know, one of them was even the Amelia chair or whatever. Designers do this a lot. They call a vendor. They say, I want this, but I want da 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 da. Can you do this? And the vendor says, yeah. Well, once you've done it,
you might as well sell it.
You might as well sell it. Put it in the line. Yeah, it's great.
Going through the trouble to produce it. So there's that one.
Yeah.
Also an indoor outdoor.
So cute.
Thank you.
Now this is a nice one too.
This is one of my favorites too. Passion flower.
They look like they have little faces and could talk to you almost, but they don't. They don't. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you. We have a passion flower. We had one in my house that I lived in with my family like through high school and whatnot, and my parents lived there until a few years ago. But we brought the passion flower. It's in a pot still in my mom's. But I love.
Yeah. Aren't they like ponytail palms? Like really hard to get to grow, or
no,
there's not a lot of them. They grow easily.
They're abundant and they grow easily.
Oh wow,
it's not hard to take care of.
I need to get some
passion flower. Yeah, and it's like one of this is Robyn's fabric that you use. What did you use it in this color?
Toy boxes. Boxes. Yeah, we did toy boxes. We did
pictures of that in the space.
I have to get them for you
because you sent me a picture before it was in the space, and they were so cute. But I'll have to see them.
I'm pretty sure in the space that one of them's in, it's probably covered up
with toys. Oh yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Yeah,
but it's so cute. It made the cutest little toy boxes. We put a little
pretty
hydraulic lift thing on it, so you know, so they wouldn't fall inside.
I remember when I first put that on my website, and you're like, I want it 9 yards or something. I'm like, wait, are you serious? Like you're buying it from here, just from Instagram? You're like, yeah, send me an invoice. I'm like, Oh, thanks. Awesome. So
Yay.
fun, so
It's
fun.
precious. I
Thank
think it's
you.
I think you need a whole safari line.
Okay.
So cute.
This is
No.
my lily pad lotus. I called
Yeah.
it lily pad because
I like
southern.
lily pad. Yeah, I'll say lily
Put
pad.
it on lotus or lily pad.
I like
but
lily pad.
that's
That
what lily-
colorway is beautiful there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's fun to see new fabrics, and new fabrics give you inspiration. I think
And
a lot of my inspiration comes from fabric. I either start with a fabric or stone, one or the other.
yeah,
Yeah, the clients I was with yesterday, they kept saying, "But what about the lighting and the vanities?" And I'm like, "Just get the stone.
yeah, it
Just
will
get
all
the stone.
come. Yeah.
Will our furniture go with it?" I'm like, "Yep,
Mhm.
it'll work. It'll work."
You have to have a starting off
So,
point.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. And stone is big for me. I was a tomboy and I liked rocks. I used to have a rock collection, and I still do. I'm from the hills of North Carolina. There's a lot of rock up there,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. Nature's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah. And fabrics are just the color. I think the color grabs you.
It does.
Yeah.
It really pulls you in.
Yeah, it's meaningful. You walk into a room and the color suits you, and oh, it's that breath again. You just feel good.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? It's like in life, we can tell what we love by
Yeah.
what really makes us feel good and relaxes us. And
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
so good to like
When
be in
I
touch
walk
with
into
that.
a room and the colors look like old tomato soup and day old bread and that kind of, it makes me feel that way. I'm not happy
I
in
know,
those
me
rooms.
too.
I don't, I get the warmth of reds, and I love browns. I love browns. I pepper red. I'm funny about red. I
Yeah.
like just a wash of scarlet, or I will pepper it here or there.
Mhm.
But
It says a lot.
it has to be done really well for me to like it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so color is happy for me. Color
Mhm.
makes me feel good.
Me too.
Mhm.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody this morning about how when I was with Romo and I was with them during the Zinc
Yeah.
and Mark Alexander launch, and everything was gray.
Yeah,
So in my house, in my old
I
house,
remember.
everything was gray.
Yeah.
Because I was like, really, I thought I was all cool and European because that was the
But
thing.
that was a long time ago too, though. Yeah.
It feels like it was just
Yeah.
yesterday.
And gray can be, I had to do a gray house last year.
Yeah.
It was about a year-long project, and gray, gray, gray.
Yeah.
And she wanted everything gray, and she thought her house
Yeah.
was green at one point.
She thought it was green.
Yeah, and it wasn't gray, and I was like, no, it's
No,
gray.
it's gray.
It's gray. Trust me, it's just the plants bouncing off. But anyway, I thought, oh, gray, no, not another gray house.
Yeah.
But she let me go, and we did levels and textures and just add it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The house is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gray, and I love it.
I know.
They're on the marsh, and they wanted that marsh feel, and there's a lot of gray in a marsh. But it worked really well.
It
So it was
works well.
fun.
I loved living in gray. Like it
Yeah.
was very peaceful. And so when I did all these fabrics, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to put these on stuff in my house so I
Yeah.
can have photographs.
Yeah.
I was like, what's this gonna be like?
Yeah.
So like I'll show you the one
Turn
that's
around.
on my sofa. Where is it? Oh, it's in the pile somewhere.
I think I've seen.
It's
I've
this
seen it.
one. This is the one.
There's my
I put
favorite.
this on my sofa.
This is my favorite.
And so coming from the sofa was gray to having this pattern on it was a big shift.
We have a huge throw pillow in this already over there. I should go get it and show it. Look at this. I love this so much.
It's so good. But I love living in color.
Yeah.
Like I love having green
Yeah.
as my neutral in my house. It's so fun.
Well, green is Mother Earth.
Green is Mother Earth.
It's
And
regenerating.
if you're outside, you look
Yeah.
around,
Oh,
that's
it feels
mostly
so
what you
good.
see, like
Feels
grass
so
and
good.
trees. And
Yeah. And we spend way too much time inside. I think
yeah.
it's something like, I think 80% or 90, I don't know, I'm flipping the numbers maybe, spend like 90% of people spend 80% of their time, or 80% of people spend 90% of their
Probably
time
that.
inside.
Yeah.
That's too much.
It's so sad.
It's
It's
just
so
too
great
much.
out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
walk,
Go
put your
walk,
feet
get
in the
outside.
grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
I know. I get lazy.
Well, having a 4-year-old gets me outside a lot more
It
than
does.
I would. So I'm very thankful.
Yeah. I'm always out with my grandchildren in and
Yeah.
out of the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
They go out in bad weather too.
Oh yeah.
That's
Put on those muddy puddle
put it
boots.
on and go.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You
It's
want me
good
keep
for them.
keep going?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
This little guy. This is the one I've been selling the most lately. This is my little extendagon. It's just a nice
Yeah.
little easy geometric.
Well, I love this shape. I have that shape in a lot of different things. That pretty, it's kind of a cross.
Yes. Yeah. But this I was trying to figure out how to make an octagon look different. So that was like the inspiration for that. There's that one.
You
And
told
more
me something
colors.
about the inspiration on this one.
About sit under a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the inspiration for my first launch was
And that was in your
slowing
first.
down. That was my first launch.
Yeah.
Slowing down, like being able to see people and know people,
Yeah.
and being able to like enjoy nature and breathe.
Yeah.
So my color palettes are all named something inspirational, like breathe or be open, be aware, be present.
Yeah.
And it was mostly because I was just doing these things for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Breathing and being present. And so so the inspiration for sit under a tree was just like, do that, go outside and just sit under a tree, allow yourself a moment to breathe.
I had a moment that changed my cadence as well. Like I had to take a step back. Yeah. I passed out in New York at a show in New York. Yeah, if you're going to do it in front of, thousands of people.
Yeah.
Do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit the ground hard, went down, boom. And New York's Finest showed up to make sure I was okay. And I did it like 3 more times within the next 3 or 4 hours. And I didn't pass completely out, but I kept having the same feeling. And where I went after I passed out was the opposite of the feeling I was having.
Where you went?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to a lovely place.
You did?
Complete and utter serenity. Yeah. The calmest place I've ever been in my whole life. It was wild. It was wild. I had to go see a cardiologist and do all this stuff, and I was fine. There was nothing wrong with me.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
I look at it as a little gift.
Blessing.
I think I got a gift.
You did get a
Yeah.
gift.
I've had a
Absolutely.
few. I've had a few. I think I had a little angel visit once, and I could
absolutely did.
smell and feel, and I thought, that's a gift. Yeah, I'll
Wow.
cry. It was a lot. I mean, it will change your life.
That's
And
amazing.
you probably need it.
We all need it.
You need it. You need to
Yeah.
change for the better.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like not that we need to change, it's like we need to be awake.
Well, yeah, you need to slow down. You need to
Slow
stop,
down.
step back, whatever it is you've got to do. Take a breath, pray, meditate, think, whatever it is. You have to do it. You have to learn.
I've realized busyness is a trap.
Yeah.
And we all
It is.
get into it, and it's like it's a trap.
Because we think we should be busy.
Yeah, we think
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're guilty if we're not.
Yeah. What a beautiful thing. So this passing out in New York, that happened recently?
No, this was probably, let's see, my son was there. It was probably like 2010, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know the angel visit thing is delicate.
Yeah.
But go there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, my stepfather had passed away.
And what time is this?
Oh, this was way before.
Way before.
Like 20 years before.
2010. Okay, so
yeah, this was probably 2000 when I got my angel visit was probably 2003 maybe. And I was going through bad divorce. It was just not fun, and it was lingering and taking way too long, and it wasn't me. I didn't want the divorce. I tried for a long time, and I didn't want to do it or any of that, and it had gotten a little ugly and a little dangerous, and I was in nowhere, Georgia, at a friend's house and at John's father's house, at my now sweetie, and I slept upstairs. He had dog kennels and a barn, and his house was built over all of that. It was kind of cool, except for the rooster that crowed all night. He had his days and nights. But anyway, I woke up. I could smell my stepfather, and have you ever come out of a dream crying?
No.
I haven't either. I don't know if that's the thing. I've never researched it or anything, but I woke up and I had been crying and I
Wow.
could smell my stepdad.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And I was like, I'm going to be
So
fine.
he was with you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'll cry talking about it.
That's so cool, Robyn. Yeah, and I think we have experiences like that, and it's like, wait, did that happen? Is it?
Oh,
But
it
it's
happened.
real.
Yeah, it
That is
happened.
real. That is like the stuff that life is made of.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. That is so
Yeah.
cool.
I walked downstairs and everybody was downstairs and I was kind of, like bleary eyed and clearly had been crying and they didn't really think anything about it because I cried a lot during
Yeah.
that time. And I told them what happened and they said that was a gift.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
knew right away.
Isn't that so
Yeah,
cool?
it was good.
Oh,
It was really good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
You're
That's
welcome,
so
honey. It's
cool.
kind of like your little present.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
it's
It's like
nice.
it, it happens to all of us, and if we
Yeah.
don't ignore it,
If we
it's
don't
a
ignore it.
gift.
And think back on how many times did you
How
ignore it?
many times? I
I
know.
don't know.
Before God's just like, darn, I'm gonna
I
have to
told you.
really.
I told you he has to slap me around
I mean,
every now and
me
then.
too. He's
Yeah.
like, look,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's so cool though that like we're that loved and
Oh,
we all matter that
so
much,
lucky. So
right?
lucky.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So, who was John's dad to you
Um,
that you felt so comfortable to sleep in his barn?
he's
A
just a
friend of
big badass country boy, I guess,
and somebody that you
and
knew?
I
Okay.
just was running away from everything that was bad and harming me and coming at me and
And that was a
trying to
safe
take
place.
what was mine and my home and threatening my child and all of this stuff. And it was a lot of unknown for me, and they were a very safe place to be. They were very safe. And
That's so
during that
good.
time there was no cell service out there either, which was
Wow.
great. And so I was away from anybody who could find me or do anything. Yeah, it was nice.
And then how did you and John evolve from that?
I think just being pushed together during that time when all that was going on.
Was he there as well?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He took me to his dad's to get me
Wow.
out of harm's way and away and just
How did you know John?
my sister introduced us, which was a little scary because she introduced my ex-husband to me as well. And
Okay.
I thought, oh, and you're going through that, and just any kind of relationship with anybody is the last thing on earth you want. But it was, it might have been pretty close to love at first sight,
Oh wow.
actually.
That's so cool.
Yeah, as close as anything like that could be,
Wow.
But it took a minute or two. It took
Yeah.
a minute. But yeah, we just got married this past year. We've been together 23 years. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
Congratulations.
it's been a long time. Thanks, honey.
Beautiful. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's very interesting. John's dad was quite a character.
Yeah.
There were guns all over the house,
Mhm.
which would scare a lot of people. I kind of liked
It
it.
made you feel safe.
I was fine.
You're like, I know
with
they're
it.
not going to point those at me.
Yeah, I was fine with it. And it was funny because, like all Southern girls do, good Southern girls, I stripped the bed to take it downstairs to wash the sheets and change the linens. And when I opened the washer, there was a shotgun.
Oh my gosh.
Like behind the door. I mean, there were
Stop.
guns
Like everywhere you look.
Yeah, everywhere. He's out in the country, by himself, had things he had to protect and all that. So I kind of laughed. I thought, okay, this is fun.
I'll get that out so I can do some
Yeah.
laundry.
Yeah. It was great. It was
awesome.
great. They gave me a pistol one time. We went to feed the foxes, and he was an animal. He's like animal
Wow.
whisperer. He spoke to the animals, and so we're out to feeding the foxes, and we had the kids with us, and I'm on the back of the truck, like Charlie's Angel. Like, what would I do? Because there'd been a bear. I'm going to shoot a bear with a
Gosh.
pistol. Now I know that it's kind of preposterous, but I think they just gave me the gun to make me feel safe because I didn't want the
Yeah.
kids around the bear.
The illusion of, oh my God. Hey, that's crazy.
I don't know, but it was great. It was great.
amazing.
Life experiences are fun, aren't they?
They are.
Get you out of your element.
Yes.
I think that's probably what my little pass out segment was. I was out of my element. It was a great trip. I was in a good state of mind, and all of a sudden I just had this overwhelming panic, dread, like death. or something. It was awful. It was really, really awful. But it was the other side of awful as quickly as it was bad.
Wow.
You know, when you're really frightened
Yes.
and that first where your heart
Yes.
drops. Yeah. It
Isn't
was
that
way worse than that. Way worse.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then it was like the polarity of like complete
immediately.
peace and you
Yeah.
you like actually remember like you went to a place.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I could see
Wow.
everything happening. Yeah. But I could also see nothing about what was going to happen. It was
Wow.
very interesting. Yeah,
Wow.
very interesting.
Do you think you do you think you like died for a moment or no?
The cardiologist thought that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't stay very long under there. I didn't stay long enough. I kind of liked it there, but
Hey, long enough to to know that there's
Yeah.
more.
there is.
There's
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
I'm completely unafraid of dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm fine with here too.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
want to stay here
I'm
for
good
like
wherever.
a long time and live
Yeah.
to be old with my baby. But I'm also fine with.
The older I get, the less I want to be older.
Really, that's what they say happens.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
that
know
you
that I want to be
come to
that
peace
old.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
I don't know
see.
that I'll be gracious about it, you know. I don't know.
No, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I'm gonna try and have
We
a good
do
attitude.
it. We'll do it.
We have no choice.
We
You
have
don't
no
get to pick.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you
It's
don't get to
It's not a
pick.
Benjamin Button thing where we can
No.
go the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh.
Mm.
Well, I have loved talking with you
Me too.
about this. And every time I speak to anybody, I learn more and more and more about them. It's so much
I
fun.
love it. I learned so much about you today that just makes me love you more.
Oh, that's
It's
so
so
sweet. Well,
fun.
likewise, my friend.
Thank
Likewise.
you.
And thanks for doing this.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm
I'm
so
happy.
excited.
You keep scooting away.
Do I? Oh,
Get in here.
sorry.
Get in here so they can see your pretty mug.
I love you.
Mwah.
This
I
is
love
good
you.
stuff.
It is good stuff. It is good stuff. Work can be all about friendship. Again,
Yes,
all about the
yes.
relationships.
Yes.
And I'm so happy for your success.
And I'm so
Yeah.
happy for your success too.
Thanks, honey. I'm
It's
still
amazing.
working on that.
As we all
Anyway.
are. It's a process.
Take care.
Take care.